Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know what you're thinking. You're like, why are you speaking in English? So basically, I did take a break. I fell out of love with YouTube for a bit, and I just kind of been trying to come back, but not really knowing how. So this is how. Hi. Sorry for all my Spanish speaking friends that don't speak English or that you follow me here. You're like, why the hell are you switching to English? Basically, number one, I'm tired of my dad watching my YouTube videos speaking about sex and being like, Daniela, ¿qué pedo? Why are you saying all of these things on the internet? He's a boomer in a very different generation. And I also feel like I'm finally gonna be able to have the space that I wanted and just express myself in English, also for a larger audience. And a lot of my friends that support me, actually thank you to all of my friends that have been telling me like, bitch, go back to YouTube, we miss you. Because they know how much I love creating content. And I do. And I basically got really discouraged in the beginning of the year when I posted those last two videos here on my channel, because they got like 300 views. Like, what the hell is that? I also know that the majority of the people that follow me here want more sex-related content, which is definitely coming. I just need to structure it in a way where I am not just speaking out of place and saying things that I'm not confident about. Not like I did, but for example, my DMs are still flooded with sex-related questions, but that is a topic for another day. Today, I just wanted to reintroduce myself to maybe my new audience in English. I was not really hitting the market or the target audience that I wanted in Spanish. I also live abroad. I've been living abroad for almost 8 years now. So I also do work in English, I think in English, I have relationships in English. So why the hell not do my internet content in English as well? So basically, if you've been following me for a while and you're wondering like, what the hell is going on with your life? Here's a little update. Since I posted that last video where I'm saying like, oh, I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, I don't really know what I'm gonna be doing in Italy. I had just come back to Italy from Serbia and I was illegal. I was basically an illegal immigrant in Italy for a full year, which is why I didn't want to explain like what the hell was I doing here, because I extended like the 3-month period that you can be in the Schengen area, like the 3 months that you can be legally as a tourist in the Schengen area. I extended that because my fucking idiot friend Jacopo told me that he was gonna help me get a visa and never happened. So I was kind of stuck. Eventually I figured it out. I went to a lawyer, he advised me on what to do. I did it. I eventually went back to Mexico, applied for a new visa as a student. I paid the language school. I got a year visa to come back to Italy, and now I am in the process of extending that because I live with my beautiful Italian boyfriend. But aside from that, and it was, I think, October 2021 or something that I was in this period of transitioning, and it's always an October month for me where I'm going through this transition period, that I was single, but then I got a new job and I was starting a new relationship. My boyfriend and I have been dating now for a year and a half, but back then, and which is why I kind of stopped making content, I started a new job. I've been now with this job for a year and a half as well, and I love it. I love it. It gave me the financial freedom that I needed, that I so desperately needed, and I didn't know how desperately I needed it until I started making like big girl money. So every time I'm in Europe, and this is why I only always post videos when I'm back in Mexico, because I am in my parents' house, I'm bored as fuck, and I have the time. And because I'm there and I'm in Mexico, I'm thinking in Spanish, I post content in Spanish, but now I want to start posting more content in English here in Europe. I live in Milan, by the way. I moved to Milan, which is a whole nother thing. But going back to my job, I've been working remote. My job is fully remote. I work for an American company, and that is as much as I can legally disclose. But I love it. I have a great team. I got to hire and to refer a bunch of my friends. So now we all work together. If you hear, that's my computer in the background, because these are my working hours, but it's so flexible. The team is so lovely. And we've had so many ups and downs in the company, but overall, it's just a great workplace to be part of. But basically, because I work remote and I, for the first time, have the time and money to travel as much as I want to, all this year and majority of last year, basically as soon as I was able to travel kind of legally, I just started traveling a bunch. When I went to all the countries that I wanted to all the parties, to all the festivals. I went to Tomorrowland again. I went to Ibiza. Like, so many amazing things I got to do that I just got distracted and sidetracked from my dream, which is YouTube. And I was just filming a TikTok video, getting ready, talking about coming back to YouTube. And I've been so discouraged by seeing other people be successful and being like, damn, like I could have been Tana Mongeau, I could have been Alex Earl. Like, those bitches party and travel all over the world. They're on content creators and they're so pretty and they talk about all the things that I wish I could talk about, because I feel like I live the same fucking lifestyle. Like, bitch, I'm going to Ibiza, I've been to Tomorrowland, I'm going to Berlin in 2 weeks. Like, I get it. Which is also part of the reason that I want to switch to English, just because I want to do more type of content that is kind of related to my traveling and my partying and where I go and what I do and just my life in general. I feel like sometimes I find it hard to relate to people just because I have all my friends back home who either are married now with kids or still living at home with their parents, which is something that I cannot relate to anymore. So what the hell am I doing in Milan? So basically, after I broke up with my ex from Serbia, I went back to Florence, Italy. That's when I was just like, for example, I had los 3 meses de la putería. I just had 3 months where I was single. I was partying a bunch. I was, doing my thing, enjoying my life, enjoying my sex life. And then on Halloween, I met my boyfriend. We hooked up and we've been together ever since, which has been great. And also around the same time that we started dating, I started this job. So it was just like a switch in my lifestyle completely. And I was basically kind of worried that whole time because I didn't have a visa and I was figuring all that out. But I eventually did in the beginning of this year. And it was my goal, my New Year's resolution to go back to YouTube this year. And I basically forgot about it as soon as I came back to Europe, just because I was so comfortable with my beautiful Italian lifestyle and traveling and doing all the things that I wanted, that I just kind of procrastinated to the point that now I feel every day that I don't do content, I'm like, stabbing myself, like, why the hell are you not doing it? What is stopping you? You have all the tools, you have all the time, you have the energy, you're still young. Like, just fucking sit down and film a YouTube video. So here we are. Anyway, moving to Milan. So last summer, yeah, a year ago from now. Oh my God, I've been living in Milan for a year. Fuck. So basically, my boyfriend and I were kind of living together, not officially, but I was basically spending almost every night with him. And then he gets a call from Milan. They offer him a job, and within a month, I need to do something. Anyway, within the month, we were like, okay, we're moving to Milan. I was a bit hesitant at first, just because I had kind of fought for my life in Florence for such a long time that I just didn't want to let it go. But I also felt like I had done Florence. If you don't know, Florence is a very small city in Italy, which is also part of the comfort and the beauty of it. But I had already spent in total about 4 or more years living in Florence. So I felt like I had done Florence, and Milan seemed like the new challenge for me. So basically within a month we moved, we got this apartment, and now we live in Milan, and I've been here ever since. I did go back to Mexico within moving to Milan just to sort my visa situation, and now I've been back for 6 months and here we are now. I've also kind of struggled with finding the balance between working, being an adult, paying my everything, living abroad, and partying, because it's been kind of hard making friends here in Milan, I'm not gonna lie, just because I have a boyfriend, so I also always choose to just do things with him. I'm not in school, I'm not going to any type of school, so it's not like I have a place where I can mingle and make friends and meet people. I've been trying to find some Mexicans here, but a lot of them, most of them that I see here out at night are kids. They're 20, 21, 22, and now I'm 26, and I'm I want to find people my age. They're also kind of snobby and kind of the crowd that I tend to avoid, which is why I don't live in Mexico. Why would I come to Italy to have Mexican friends? But I just need a team to party with, and so part of the reason that I wanted to come back to the YouTube space and just the social media space is to meet more people in Milan that are my age, that want to collaborate, that want to just hang out or go to festivals, go to concerts, and just, yeah, because I have my boyfriend, but he is 40 years old, 41 years old, and there's also like the age gap between us. And I mean, don't get me wrong, my boyfriend is a chavorruco, which basically means that he's like my age mentally. But sometimes I'm kind of frustrated because I want to be hanging around people my age that think my way in my generation and all of that. And it's just, it's sometimes it's hard to just being able to relate to him and his friends. And I feel like the little kid, like, yeah, hi. But overall, I can't complain. And this is one of the things that I struggle with, like complaining about my life, because part of me is like, Daniela, shut the fuck up. You have everything you've ever wanted. You have a boyfriend that loves you. You have a job that pays you well. You live abroad. You live in Italy that you always wanted to. Like, why would you complain? But I don't know. It is very hard mentally to be alone most of the day. I work from home. So I'm home. I'm in my computer doing my little thingies, cooking my little meals, doing my little workouts. But like, I wish I had like one of my best friends from Florence living here with me so we could just chill at home and do nothing. You know, those friends that you can just do nothing with? That is what I need. I need a friend to do nothing with. And I do have some friends, especially girls, because I need girls. I've always been like a very guy, like I like to hang out with the guys and go out with the guys and be one of the guys, but I need a girl to talk about girl shit with, especially when I'm hanging around my boyfriend all the time, like just, you know, girly shit. But anyway, I know that will come with time. It's definitely been a challenge adjusting to Milan, but I've done it so many times. But at this point, I'm just kind of tired to have to start all over again, you know? But I mean, it's part of the beauty of living abroad. It's definitely a challenge when you are not living in your country and you feel like an outsider most of the time. Definitely having an Italian boyfriend helps. But yeah, sometimes I'm just like, ugh, I miss my food, I miss my mom, I miss my friends, complaining, but I do, you know? So YouTube has always been my therapy. Like, for as long as I can remember, I feel so much better after filming a video, but just like the anxiety that gives me sometimes, especially today. Today was such a hard day for me. I've been home all day procrastinating doing this until I finally sat my ass down, did my makeup, because doing my makeup makes me happy, which is why you're like, hi, where are you going? Nowhere. This makeup was just to sit down in my house. But I have definitely gotten more comfortable throughout the years with my English. I have a Mexican friend that works with me in my company, and she tells me how she struggles with like the chit chat in English. One thing is to be working and like speaking in like a work tone, you know, work vocabulary, but then like it's so much different to just have a conversation, a casual conversation in English, which is something that I feel like I finally have mastered. Because one of the issues that I had with like switching my content to English was feeling like I could not express myself and like show off my personality in English as well. Because if you're bilingual, you'll get this, that like even if you speak 3 languages, like your personality and the way that you talk and you express yourself changes when you go from like Spanish to English to Italian to whatever. But I wish I still come across as the same weird, quirky me. So yeah, I guess that's all I have for this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you if you're still here, and just leave me a comment, show some support, and there's definitely more content coming this way. So thank you. Ciao. That felt awesome. Why the hell did I not do this before? I really, really, really hope. This is my last shot, by the way. This is the last time I'm gonna try to do the YouTuber thing. If I'm not consistent this time, consider me gone.